Good morning, everybody. I'm at Valley of Fire State Park, and as you can maybe see behind me, but I'm photographing that right there. And that is the fire wave. Not to be confused with the wave that is well known in northern Arizona. But it's just a really cool sandstone formation. So you have these really cool striations, and there's a little bowl area down there. You got some swirly bits, and it's just a really cool spot. So this has been a bucket list item for quite a while, but I just, for whatever reason, just haven't been out here. So there's like two conditions that need to be met for me to kind of make an attempt to come out here. One, sunrise. As you can see, most of that formation is facing to the east, so you want to pick up a lot of those really cool sunset colors. And two, I think it needs to be cloudy, because you do want that cotton candy skies, because there's a lot of color and texture and a lot of interesting stuff here, and I just don't think clear blue skies would necessarily complement the rocks very well. That's just my opinion. So this week, when I did my research on trying to figure out where I wanted to go for the weekend, I looked at the weather report and saw that we're going to have some cloudy skies. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me to at least come out here, because I've never been here before, and to at least check it out. So, and I did, and I'm here. So nevertheless, there were some challenges. So even if photographically this isn't a success, I was able to at least scout the place. So woke up at 3 a.m. and looked outside, and remember, weather report says it's supposed to be overcast, and looked outside and I saw nothing but stars and clear skies. So I thought, okay, that's a problem. Looked at the weather app, said it was cloudy. I looked at I used an app called Clear Outside, and that's for my cloud forecasting, and it showed that it was overcast, but clearly it wasn't. I went to a website that I frequent somewhat often called Weather Underground, I believe is the name. I'll put a link down in the description. And it's basically just a visual cloud radar, and it's animated. So went on the computer, checked it out, and sure enough, there was a front moving from the Pacific Ocean across California into the Las Vegas area. And it was moving quick. So, like, all right, you know what? It might work out. Made the drive over here. I was on the road by 3:45, and it's about an hour drive to get here. Got here, and I started seeing the clouds kind of roll in. Basically, the clouds reflect the light pollution from Las Vegas. So, thinking, okay, it might work out. So got on the trail and I started hiking, and it's roughly about a mile, and ran into some problems, and it was not good. So last night, when I did my research and stuff, I grabbed the GPS file for the trail, and I also checked, I believe it's like trails.com. Mainly just want to get some reviews and just try to figure out, if there's any problematic areas, because I want to be hiking in the dark. And everything was, people said it was an easy trail, and sure enough, the trail itself was easy, but the problem is there's markers along the way that you follow, and they have, reflective tape on them, which is great. However, once you get to the last marker, it just dumps you into this area. So I could not find the formation. I spent a good 30 minutes just looking for it. I was hoping there would be like a placard or like a something, a sign. Nope, there was nothing. And by the time it was like 6:10, 6:15, I was running out of time. The sun was starting to come up, so we're well into blue hour, and at that point I kind of had to give up my search for it. So I started just, I wouldn't say panicking, but it's like, I'm here, so I'm just going to go ahead and just start taking random pictures. And I did, and the pictures were not coming out like I would have liked them to. They were, let's be honest, they were crap. So, because it wasn't what I came out here to shoot, and I can't see, it's in the dark, and I can't find compositions. I couldn't find anything. So I was getting mad. I was getting frustrated. I was, deciding that, this isn't working. So let me just go ahead, head on home and do a little more homework and then come back. So I was about ready to do that. And then, I just looked, and my flashlight caught a glimpse of this little mountain that was circular looking. And sure enough, I'm like thinking to myself, what if that's it? Because, I'm looking at it from a top-down perspective versus a bottom-up. So kept thinking to myself, what if that's it? So went ahead, scrambled down the mountain, and sure enough, that was it. So I found it. I finally found it, marked it on my GPS, so that way next time I come out here, I won't have any problems. So at least I got something accomplished. So now, the most important part, I came out here to take a photo. So sunrise didn't quite work out like I would have hoped. Unfortunately, I got skunked. The clouds, they're moving quick. And they just got to the horizon, and unfortunately it just blocked out the sun. So didn't get the sunset or the sunrise I was hoping for, but I'm here, so I'm gonna go ahead and try something else. And what I have on the camera, I have I forgot what I have on there. So I put on ND filter. Let's see, this is a 10 stop ND filter. Shooting at f11, ISO 80, just to, because the sun is out and I want to try to lengthen that exposure as much as possible. So the plan is, because the clouds are moving so fast, that I'm hoping with the long exposures I can pick up any disturbances in the sky as the clouds are moving. When I was in Mojave National Preserve, there's that little town, ZZYXYZ. I know there's a pronunciation for it, I just don't know what it is. But I did a long exposure there, and there was some really cool like striations in the sky. So I'm hoping I'll get something similar. So that's the plan. So I set my intervalometer and just been shooting away for the last maybe 30 minutes, which is fine because now there's people coming in. You can probably hear laughing in the background. So people are showing up, and as long as they keep moving, they're not going to be in my shot. So, that's a win. But other than that, that's really about it. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, so just want to make a really quick video of this little adventure that may or may not have turned out. So I'm going to keep shooting for a little bit and then pack up and head back out. I gotta hit up my favorite taco truck, get me a breakfast burrito, and take a nap. And also, I think I'm gonna hit up a ghost town this afternoon. So it's supposed to stay overcast all day, so I want to try to take advantage of it as much as possible. So I might just head up to like Rhyolite or around Beatty. There's some really cool mining stuff. So yeah, figure go ahead and give it a try. So, but that will be in a separate video. So, but if the pictures turn out, you'll be seeing them about now. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Hello everybody. I'm like pacing in my garage because I want to film a quick little addendum to the Valley of Fire shoot. It's Saturday night, just got home after a really long day of shooting and getting stuck in part of Nevada because the highways were shut down. It's a long story, but needless to say, I screwed up. So during the week, I normally shoot aviation. Reason why is that Nellis Air Force Base is 15 minutes from my house, so I can just run down there, and they launch airplanes during the day. Usually by late afternoon, they start recovering, the plane starts coming back. And especially during red flag and green flag, you get a chance to see a really, a large variety of really cool stuff. So that's just a way for me to just keep shooting, right? Just to go out and shoot something that interests me, which is airplanes. And, it just keep shooting, right? So normally I shoot aviation during the week, and on Fridays I reset all my cameras and reset my gear to a, just a base level. So that way when I do my landscape stuff on the weekends, I don't have to fumble around with settings and stuff if things aren't quite working right. So apparently I forgot to do that on Friday night, and I forgot one major thing. When you're shooting long exposure with an ND filter, and that is on the back of your camera, your eyepiece, you have a shutter. And that's basically just to prevent light leaks, light entering. So while you have the shutter open doing your long exposure, you just don't want light coming in through the eyepiece to foul up your image. I left it open. I forgot to check to close it. Because when I'm shooting aviation, I have the camera to my face because I'm tracking really fast airplanes. But when I'm shooting landscape, I'm on a tripod, and mostly I'm on a tripod, and I'm using the live view, the screen on the back of the camera. So I just forgot. So needless to say, all the pictures were pretty much ruined except for one. So, and that was my test shot. As you when you put on an ND filter, basically you're just looking, it's just black, right? Because the filter is so dark you can't see through it. So I just did a really quick test shot. So f2.8, might have been a high ISO, and just so I can make sure that everything is good before I do my final shots. So the test shot was the only picture that I got, and honestly, looking through the other photos, I didn't really see a whole lot of difference. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and go with it. This is the one picture I have, and this is it. So at least I wanted to, because when you look at the settings, it might look a little weird. I mean, like, why would I shoot at f2.8? But that's why. So it was just simply a test shot to make sure that everything was good before I actually started shooting for real. And that's the only, out of the entire memory card, that's all I got. So lesson learned. I didn't want to then not be able to post a video because I had no good pictures. So at least I wanted to post something. So if anything was learned from this is, make sure that normally I have a checklist, and I just go through my checklist real quick and make sure the camera is reset. But for whatever reason, I just didn't do it this time, and it bit me. So that's it. So I'll post a picture now. Take a look at it. I think it came out all right, but it's not. I know you're not supposed to. You're only supposed to post your best work, and I get that. But I think it's also kind of important to talk about the mistakes because, this if I didn't take that one test shot, I would have had done all that work and nothing to show for it. So yeah, so that's it.